Hi, my dear friends. A blessed first Sunday of Advent to you. This is Bobby Quitain welcoming you to Pathways of Hope. Some time ago, a friend of mine approached me and he said, Bob, if God is so good, He is so merciful, He is so compassionate, then I can sin all my life, and then at the last minute before I die, I'm going to repent. And because God is forgiving, He will be merciful to me. He will forgive me. Well, my friend is partly correct. You see, God is merciful. His mercy is inexhaustible. And yet, on the other hand, it's risky because we really do not know when we're going to die, right? Because of our human limitations, there is no way for us to predict the day of our death. And therefore, the challenge for us is we have to live a good life and we have to be ready all the time. In today's gospel, the message is about vigilance. The message is about being sober, being ready. It's in Mark 13:33 to 37. And here Jesus tells us to be ready because He might come at any time. And when He comes again, the Master comes again, we have to be ready. You see, when somebody important is coming, you want your house to be in good order, right? Especially if that person is somebody you love. My friend, Jesus is the most important figure in the history of the world, in the history of our lives. So if He comes again, we have to make sure that our lives are in good order. If He comes again in His second coming, then our lives must be in good order. But if He comes again through our death, when He calls us home, then we have to be ready as well. We cannot afford to be sinning all our life and at the last minute we repent because we never know when He is coming. We'll never know when He will call us home. Therefore, we have to be ready. Advent is a time to prepare. Advent is a time to be ready. If your hearts, if your minds, if your lives are ready for the coming of the Lord, whether it's the second coming or whether the Lord calls us home, when we're ready, we will be excited. When I was in law school many years ago, when a student, has really prepared for class, he has studied hard for class, that person is excited to meet the professor. But if you haven't prepared, if you're not ready for recitation, you dread the day the professor will come. The same thing in life. God tells us to be ready all the time. To be ready, to love, to give, to serve, to live a pure life, to say no to sin, to work for justice, to serve the poor, to love those who are marginalized. And we want to do that not because we're trying to earn salvation. We are trying to do that because we want to make sure that when the Lord comes, He'll be proud of us. Because we're ready. Because we are doing what He has called us to do. And so, my friend, I'd like to encourage you this Advent season. Prepare. Be ready. You do not know when the Lord will come again. You do not know when He will call you home. Be ready, be sober, be prepared, be vigilant. Death will come to us all. But the difference between those who are excited for death and those who are not will be the way we live our lives. A blessed Advent season to you.